Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. I didn't get to see you guys on Friday. I had a speaking engagement that I just couldn't miss, and but I missed you guys. And so I hope that all of you are doing well. That you guys are hanging on in there. That you're making amazing things happen. That you're, charging through. Happy Monday to all of you. I needed a reminder today, and hopefully I'll be able to give that reminder to all of you as well. Hey, Candy, how are you? Don't forget, of course, to say hello and good morning. There's nothing more powerful than being seen and being heard. So if you are joining me today, please feel free to say hello. I will do my best. StreamYard, which is a service that I use, sometimes lets me know who's watching and sometimes it doesn't. So feel free to include your name in the event that it does not. Hello, Crystal. So many exciting things are going on with so many people here. We're launching products, we're launching services, we're doing all of those things. And I think that a lot of you need to be reminded of this. And this is not the first time that I've talked about this. Hello, how are you? This is not the first. Hey, Cal. This is not the first time that I've talked about this. Hello, Alicia. How are you? Candace, how are you? Yay. Love it when you guys come and say good morning. It's not the first time I've talked about this, but I think it needs to be repeated. I might have to repeat it every week because we tend to forget. How are you? Katricia, how are you? We tend to forget about the ask. We are doing so much. We are moving so much. We are trying to share so much, but we are forgetting about the ask. We forget to ask for help. Hello, Lisa. Good morning. We forget. We're too busy doing to ask for what it is that we need in order to get ourselves to where it is that we want to be. We are too busy trying to be nonchalant about what it is that we need in order to get to where it is we need to go. And we forget to ask. We forget to ask for help. We forget to ask for a sale. We forget to ask for referrals. We forget to ask for peace. We forget to ask for a break. We forget to ask. And so today, as we start this week, I want us to start this week in a way of intention, being prepared to ask, being willing to ask, being vulnerable enough to say, not only am I worthy, not only is there value, but I need, right? Not even a nice to have. It requires you to identify what you need in your space and in your life, and you being brave enough to put your lips and ask for it. You being brave enough to send an email and ask for it. You being confident enough to say, oh my goodness, I need this void filled. We must be able to ask for what it is that we need. We are under the assumption, good morning, that people know what we need. We're out here promoting, doing what we got to do. We think that they see us. We think that they understand us. We think that they can witness us struggling in whatever form, loudly or nonchalantly, and think that they will volunteer to help us with what they are not clear that we need. We need to be prepared to ask. We need to be prepared to actually send a direct request to someone, because even those individuals in our lives that care for us dearly, that really want us to be successful, have no idea what we need, have no idea how they can help us. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people in which we ask for help and blatantly ignore us. And that may be a situation in which we are now reluctant to ask. We are reluctant to ask because our asks have been rejected in the past. We are reluctant to ask because we have been ignored in the past. We're reluctant to ask because we have been misunderstood in the past. And I've said this multiple times, and I'll continue to say it. Those that are your people, those that are part of your tribe, hear you differently, see you differently. And so often we go to the same well. Good morning, Anthony. Looking for different water. We go to the same well, asking the same people who have rejected us, the same people who have told us we don't make sense, the same people who think that we're crazy. All of those same people, we keep asking them for help. Those are the people we keep asking for help. Just to torture ourselves, frankly, as opposed to saying, oh my goodness, I need more sales. And knowing that there may be somebody that can help you, knowing somebody that understands you, somebody that hears you differently, go ask them. But we must be prepared this week to ask for help. We must be prepared this week to ask for what it is that we need. We cannot be suffering silently when there are people who have exactly that can help us. And I'm not even talking about monetary. I'm not talking about people cutting checks, even though I understand that that may help. Hello, Janine. Yeah, Jeannie, how are you? I understand that. I understand that that may help. But what we need is help. Maybe it's a situation where I say, all of you, share this with somebody who may need it. You may not necessarily, Children's good. She's got it. She doesn't need anybody to share this. Children's fine. She's building this This Is It network. She's doing just fine. She doesn't need anybody to do one more thing for her. She's good, right? But until you raise your hand and say, can you please, would you mind? Nobody can read your mind. Nobody can determine what it is that you need to take your business to the next level unless you part your lips and share. Nobody knows your silent struggles, right? And for a lot of us who are multitaskers, who are overachievers, we suffer in silence. We go without, right? We are the ones that are eating standing up as everyone's bellies are getting full. We are those individuals. So oftentimes we're the last person that gets help. And unapologetically, we're helping everyone else when we are in fact starving. So you need to prepare yourself for the asks in which you must be prepared to be able to share with people. There are things in which you need at this moment. In this moment, there are things in which you need. There are things in which you are praying for, asking for, hoping for, crossing both fingers for, right? There are things in which you need. It's going to be up to you whether or not you are prepared, whether you are ready, whether it is time for you to ask for those things. We're going to reject, good morning, Joe, reject the fact that people can assume that they know what you want. We are rejecting the fact that people are walking around thinking about you, stretching their arms first thing in the morning and be like, oh, what can I do for Sheldon today? We are rejecting that fact. We are rejecting the resentment that we feel when we are in a position in which people do not understand us, when we are in fact not being clear, when we are in fact not being intentional about what it is that we need. Good morning, Barbara. We must be intentional moving forward. We must, if you want somebody to buy something, send them the link. If you want somebody to attend an event, let them know. If you want somebody to pay attention, do you hear me? Do you see me? Ask them. And I'm not the one who asks you to go to the same well looking for different water. Meaning if you are rejected by those that choose not to pay attention, that don't see value in what it is that you have and what it is that you are asking, I suggest you find another audience. Because we do not have the time to waste or the breath to take on someone else that doesn't understand us clearly. We have to find our people and we have to ask our people to support us. I know that getting enough courage to ask is difficult. Finding your voice is hard. I know that. I'm an extrovert and I know that to be true. And I have been loud and boastful since I can remember. And I know that I'm outnumbered by people who lose their voice, who speak in a whisper. And so what I'm asking you to do is to prepare one ask. Not a full PowerPoint presentation on all the things in which you need or a laundry list of all the debts in which you need paid. I just want you to focus on one ask. One thing that could change your week or your day. One thing that somebody could help you with that could give you an opportunity to look at things a little bit differently, to behave a little bit differently, to make things a little bit easier for yourself. One ask. Not 90 million things, not a bucket load of things and burdens for other people. Just one ask that will relieve some stress from you, that will make today a little bit easier than yesterday. One ask. And a lot of us hold it inside. Assume, again, the people around us know what it is that we need. Assume the people around us are clear on what it is that we want. And there are some people that we have gone toe to toe with and said, please, have recited the PowerPoint presentation, has sent the email, bullet pointed and such, and have gotten no response. We are not going to sing to those people anymore. We are not making presentations. We are not going to that well thinking that there will be different water. It is time for our audience to change. It is time for our asks to be heard by people who want to hear them and people who value what it is that we bring to the table. We are not banging our heads up against the wall, pretending, right, that we're saying it wrong. We're twisting it the other way and twisting it the other way, trying to convince somebody who's not worthy of our ask. We need to find somebody else to ask. You need to be brave enough to understand that one thing that you need this week and be brave enough to ask it. Be brave enough to find that individual that may have it, that will be willing to be in your corner to say, "Ooh, how can I help you?" Instead of, again, going to the same well, looking for different water, going to the same person that misunderstands you, doesn't hear you clearly, that is not fluent in the language that you speak. We are going to find someone else because you haven't asked. All of us need something. And that something is not grandiose in most cases. It's not gigantic. It doesn't have a comma in its, check. It's something small. Maybe you need people to share your post, to follow your page, to comment on what it is that you've written, to say congratulations, to come to an event, to share something that you have going on. It doesn't cost them anything in most cases. But we're sitting without those things, without the things in which we need, without the things in which we are hoping and praying for, because we have not found the words in order to ask. So today, I want you to think about what it is that you need, what it is that you want, the smallest thing possible that you have been holding to yourself that you could easily ask someone for support. Ask somebody whether or not they need what it is that you have. We are spending way too much time holding on to our wants and needs as a little secret that you want to keep. And eventually they'll understand. And if they loved me enough or loved what I was doing enough, they would ask me what I needed. No one got time for that anymore, my darlings, my friends. We are inundated with messages all day long, and lesser people, less qualified people, less skilled people, people with less expertise, people who care less about the clients in which they serve are asking boldly and receiving as you sit silent. So what you need to do is you need to find the words, you need to part your lips and send the email. You need to be able to determine the ask. You need to share your voice with people who want to hear you and see you. And you need to get closer to what it is that you want. But it all starts with you determining what that one thing is, what that one ask is, what that one request is, and being confident enough to share it. That doesn't mean that everyone is going to say yes, but I know for a fact everyone will say no if you ask nothing. Let's get closer to where it is that you want to be. I won't change you into an extrovert that pounds on your chest on the top of a hill just by listening to me in this morning message. I know that to be the case. I know that to be the case. I know I'm not going to change people's mind, attitude, mannerisms, all those things by listening to me. But slowly we can begin to make some changes. And even if it's just one ask, that's the challenge that I have for you for today and for the week, is for you to determine, because all of us need something. You need somebody to pay attention to this new page, Crystal. You need people to understand what you've got going on, Candy. You need to make sure that people are watching your new show, Lisa. Tell people what you want. This ambiguous nature in which we function. Right? Good morning, Darby. This ambiguous nature in which we function, assuming that everyone will see us sweat when we are doing our best to make sure that people don't, is a game that we are choosing to play that no one wins, including us. Most importantly, us. We are trying to save face and being strong. And I don't want to ask directly. I don't want to seem pushy, but you have no problems being broke. It's crazy because lesser people is the biggest challenge. Lesser people, less qualified, less, determined people are boldly asking for the things in which you deserve. They have found their voice in their mediocrity, and you are choosing in your excellence to be silent. And I find that sad. So what I need for you to do is to determine that one ask. I'm not trying to turn you from an introvert to an extrovert. I am just trying to get you closer to what it is that you want. We're not going to assume everyone that knows us knows what we want or even what it is that we are doing. We're going to be intentional about what it is that we put out into the world in order to receive something back. And that might just be a little bit more attention, awareness about our brand, or an actual transaction. But we're not going to take these assumptions anymore. We're not going to assume that people know what it is that we want just because we're perusing through this world, posting every now and then. We're going to make sure that they are clear. So as you know, and you know that I think is the most important, that people have positive conversations about us in our absence, simply because they know who it is that we are, they know what it is that we want, and they sure as hell know why we deserve it. I want to make sure that you have an ask this week, that you are asking of others to be able to support you, because my darlings, we cannot do this by ourselves. I'm going to ask of you, and you can ask of me. And together we will get closer to where it is that we want to be. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. Please do me the honor of following, fanning, and liking us everywhere you find at This Is It TV. To learn more about all we've got going on, log on to thisisittv.com. And to watch over 200 of our free episodes, log on to thisisit.tv. My goal is for all of you is to find your voice, is to tell your story, is to no longer whisper your wishes, but to, in fact, scream your dream. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network, connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. On Monday, March 22nd, oh my gosh, time is flying, we have our influencer marketing event. If you are not a member of our Scream Your Dream community, an expert, or an advisor, this event is only $25. Learn if you are an influencer, what is influencer marketing, how to measure those campaigns, and everything in between. So we are going to, in essence, have an influencer marketing workshop, again, on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Eastern via Zoom. If you are interested, the link is within the post. Please just make sure that you register. I will see you all tomorrow. Please prepare your ask. Please find your voice. Please scream your dream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.